Hello, agents. I am Mariah. I'm the Director of Agent Relations here at Agents Invest. It is my pleasure to introduce the founder of Agents Invest and the brains behind our Facebook group, Jennifer Beadles. Welcome, Jennifer.
Hey, Mariah. Hey, everyone. I hope you're having a great week. Super thrilled to be here today.
Yeah, well, we are so happy to have you here. Well, let's start at the beginning. Can you tell us, how did you get into real estate?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I got into real estate. I would say the first kind of entry point was 2007. So I was working two jobs, just had actually just quit college and decided that I wanted to get into real estate, but I wasn't sure what would be the best entry point. So anyways, I was working two jobs to get enough income to be able to buy my first house. Bought the oldest house in the town that I was living in because it was the cheapest property that I could find at that time, and closed on that house. And then shortly after, I decided to start applying for different builders and developers in the area. And so I got hired on with a builder in, I think it was like February. It was you could close on the house in January 2007, and then got hired on with the builder in February 2007. And then I decided that I wanted to start investing. And so, try to kind of find investor agents in my market, and just found that not a lot of agents could speak the same language that I was. At the time, I was looking for like fix and flip and then maybe some buy and hold deals. And so I decided in May of 2009 to get my real estate license. Not so that I could work with investor clients or clients in general, mostly just because I wanted to get access to the MLS, let myself into properties, and use the commission as part of the down payment. So that's really how I got started.
Very smart.
Yeah. And then it was really interesting. And then I found just kind of by happenstance, friends and family were like, "Oh, you have a real estate license now. Can you help me, buy or sell properties?" I think that that's how like we all get started. It's just our sphere of influence. And then I went full time as a real estate agent in 2010. So 2010 was my first year. So I'd been an agent for like, I don't know, what is that, 7 months or so, and then quit my 9 to 5. The last time I'd ever had a 9 to 5 job, and then went full time into real estate. And at that point, it was really interesting because 2010 was really difficult in the Seattle area. All of the builders were losing their development projects, so nobody was really building. The banks weren't lending. So really, I saw an opportunity to work with investors because, as we all know, investors buy when the market's high, and then they also buy when the market is down, right? So a little bit of a different type of investor that's going to be buying in the different market cycles. And so those first couple of years, I worked with a lot of flippers. I worked with a lot of buy and hold investors. We were buying properties at the courthouse steps. So every Friday, you would find me at the Snohomish County auction, bidding on properties either for myself or my investor clients.
Wow.
And just really had a blast doing that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was a totally different market back then. Totally different world in real estate.
Completely different. Yeah, my only regret is all the houses that I flipped. I wish that we would have just put some tenants in there because they would have cash flowed really, really, really well, and we would have made. I'd probably be on an island somewhere in the Bahamas
And
had we just kept all those properties, for
oh my
sure.
goodness. Yeah, in retrospect, I know the things we would have changed, right?
Right. Yes.
So
Yes.
what led you to start Agents Invest?
Yeah, so it was really interesting. So as mentioned, 2010 to about 2016, we were doing everything. We were building, we were flipping, we were working with buy and hold clients. We were doing the BRRRR strategy locally, and just finding a lot of great deals at the time because the market was down, right? So we pretty much used every single time that we had to put into real estate to start building our own portfolio and helping others do the same. And then
You
when the
guys were
market
doing a lot of the work too, right?
My husband was, yes.
Yeah.
So he came in full time into the business in 2015. So January 2015 was the last time that he ever had a 9 to 5 job. So he was about 5 years behind me. So it took us about 5 years to replace his income to come into the business with me. But yeah, so for the first, for 6 years, we had a really great run north of Seattle. I was closing, I would say between, maybe like 70 to 100 transactions every single year, working with probably about 20 clients. So like really, really like mean and lean business, working with investors. And then the market started to shift and our investing philosophy also started to shift. I was having some concerns about owning our entire portfolio just in one market. And so we also wanted a little bit more time freedom because we were doing all of the work ourselves. And we really kind of had the desire to travel more and again, get a little bit more of that time freedom. So we made our first investment actually in Indianapolis, Indiana, a market that we knew no one in. We had never been to even. And so we bought this property sight unseen, completely renovated it, top to bottom. We did crawl space remediation, kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, paint, attic remediation, all for $19,000. And our cost to do that same remodel in the north of Seattle probably would have been like 45, 50 at that time. Today, that'd probably be, you'd probably be like 75,000.
That's fun. Yes.
So anyway, so we did that first project and we realized how simple and easy it was to start investing in other markets and having other people do the work. And so mind you, again, I was the lead acquisitions for all of our properties locally. So I was looking for us, I was looking for clients. Then my husband was doing the majority of the work. And anyways, so when we did it out of state, we were like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. We have investor agents that find the deals for us. We hire the property manager to be our project manager, and we don't have to do anything. And so anyways, then of course all my Seattle clients were like, okay, can I get in with your team? And
yeah, I want to do that too.
Because I want some of those deals. And so it was really fun. So one of our investors in California, we connected him with the agent that I'd worked with in Indianapolis. And he bought 10 properties in like the first 2 months. And so the agent's like, I'll take all of your people, like send them all my way. And so my husband and I were like, this is interesting. We're helping an agent build their business. We're helping our clients get location diversification. So primarily, of course, they were buying with me in Seattle. Then now they could have some in Seattle, which is more of an appreciation market, and then get some in Indianapolis, which is more of a cash flow market. And so it was really just a win for everyone. And so that's how Agents Invest was developed. It just kind of started as like a referral network for my current database and clients. And then we started expanding. So we were in Indianapolis and we started expanding to Spokane, Washington, helped an agent massively, actually a couple agents in Spokane massively blow up their business there. And then we expanded into Tennessee and Texas. And now we're in, I don't know, 26 states maybe that we're helping kind of play matchmaker, I guess, if you will, between the investors and the investor agents. So it's been an incredible ride, and it's so impactful, and it feels great to see, again, investors get some location diversification. These agents get access to these out-of-state investors who are buying, nicer, bigger properties than maybe some of the local investors. And so it's really just a win for everyone. It's awesome.
Yeah, they're getting these repeat customers over and over again and helping them build wealth. It's, absolutely amazing. And now the company has grown to where we have around 400, I think, members in our out-of-state investor group, our community, addicted to ROI in our circle. And then we have over 200 agent referral partners as well that we link with, and everybody is out there buying deals, which is amazing.
And it's really fun to see the agent partners start buying in other markets as well. So for me, again, I kind of wear like two hats, right? As the investor and the agent. And it's really exciting to see these agents develop their business. So they're making more money and, again, closing more transactions, but then taking some of that capital and then going and putting it into apartments so that they can start building their plan B. Of course, huge tax savings when they do that. And so it's really fun to see all of this develop.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think as far as, our market now and going into 2023, what do you see as the opportunities for agents?
Yeah, I think 2023 is going to be the year of the investor agent. I think,
Okay.
so it's really tough. So if we think about what happened with interest rates so far this year, we've taken millions of would-be first-time home buyers and taken them out of the buyer pool and essentially put them back into the renter pool. And so that's what's happened with the interest rate increases. And so, it's really tough for these first-time home buyers to get into any kind of homes that they could afford, right? Because it's just so much more expensive. But the investors have been waiting for this opportunity for the last 3 to 5 years. And so we have so many investors. I get calls and emails and DMs and text messages on a daily basis from investors that are like, okay, I've got capital. I know this is a great time to buy because people are a little fearful right now. The media is telling us that we shouldn't be buying real estate. And typically, if the media tells us one thing, we like to do the opposite, right? So when they say it's not a great time to buy because interest rates are really high, well, right now we're able to get into deals that are nicer, newer properties, and they're not as competitive. So a couple of years ago, or even, I would say 12 months ago, it was really difficult to get into any nice properties because there was so much demand, right? The interest rates were so low, and I guess, just things were a little bit different. So many people were trying to get into investing. And so, we would see hard earnest, $50,000 hard earnest money, right? We would see multiple price escalations, multiple offers, right? Well, now a lot of the offers that I'm writing, I might be the only buyer, right? And so we can go in there and we can, of course, negotiate our terms. We can get maybe a lower price. We can get, of course, inspection contingencies, appraisals, and financing contingencies, things that we wouldn't have been able to get in 2021 and early 2022. And so for agents
there for a minute.
Yeah. So for agents that are savvy, guys, there are so many investors out there that want to get in and they want to work with you. And so again, I think we're going to see this trend continue into 2023 of, fewer buyers because they're a little bit scared with the interest rates. But a lot of investors are coming in and wanting to take advantage of course, the long-term passive income, the tax benefits, and get into nicer, newer properties that are a little bit more affordable right now than they have been in years past.
Yeah. Yeah, and in our Facebook group, we have gotten a lot of people have messaged me, especially with the upcoming new year, and we've been talking about goal setting and things like that. And they message me and say, I'm really interested in working with investors, but I'm new to it and I don't know how to start. And I just want to talk a little bit too about our boot camp because I think it's such a fantastic opportunity for them.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. So I think in terms of us as a company, we serve the needs of our customers first, right? It's like, well, okay, what do they need? What value can we bring so that they can get to the next level? And so, as mentioned kind of early in my journey, it was all about working with investor clients and then referring these investor clients to the agents in other markets. And then we started getting a lot of agents reaching out, just as you had said, Mariah, is like, okay, but I've never worked with this type of clientele. Maybe I've been an agent for 5-10 years. And what you're telling me is really interesting because I want more time freedom, right? I want to be able to work with fewer clients that are going to purchase multiple properties every year. But they're like, well, how does that work? What does this look like? Yeah. And so we created the boot camp in 2021. And it's just, it kind of lays out everything that you need to know and the language that you need to speak in order to work with these investors. I've pretty much taken every system and process and template that I used to sell those 70 to 100 properties a year, pretty much as a solo agent with like a transaction coordinator and an admin, and put it all into the boot camp. And so it's really fun. I mean, we've seen some of our boot camp students go, and I think the Swenson team, I think in 1 month they did $56,000 within maybe a month or two of completing the boot camp. And now they're 100% working with investors, and they're in 2 different states. So it's really exciting to see these agents take some of the principles that we're teaching in the framework and just absolutely blow up their businesses. And by the way, so Mike's team, then they also took the advice of doing JV partnerships with their investors. So they bought a 25 unit where an investor pretty much bought the entire down payment. And so now they're selling to investors and they're buying the real estate themselves as well. So love seeing those kind of transactions happen. And again, the impact both on the business side and the personal finance side. So we've got the boot camp. We've made it super affordable. It's lifetime access to all the boot camp trainings. It's $997. We're increasing the price to $1,250 next year because we're adding some more things to it. So anyone that wants to take advantage of that, you'll save $250. And then get the tax write-off, right? So anything that you, as a business owner, anything that you buy in December, you can write off in your taxes, of course. So super excited about that. And we've got a ton of new content and training coming for next year. I'm super stoked about that.
I'm excited
I can
too.
just go on and on and on. Maybe we'll have to do another live about all that. And then the other thing that I wanted to bring up too is we have an in-person event coming up in February here in Tempe, Arizona. So for those of you agents that are like getting snow right now, I promise you by February, you are definitely going to want to get some sun. So, it's a great place to come. We'll have great weather. And we're limiting it to 200 attendees. So we'll have lenders there. We'll have investors who want to invest in your market. And then other investor agents that you can network with and develop your referral network. So that is February 17th through the 19th. And fun, like little tip or hack. I was at an event in September and there was 6,000 people there, right? So a lot of people. And there was this group and they were copywriters and they had these purple shirts on and it said, ask me about copywriting on the back. And it was so interesting because at like every break, these people had so many people coming up to them and they were like, oh my gosh, okay, what do you guys do? Like tell me more about your business. So if I were an agent, I would, after this call, I would go and sign up for our event. I would get a custom made t-shirt that's like, ask me about investing in Houston or Indianapolis or
Oh, that's perfect. I love that.
Oh my gosh, guys, you will get so much business. Because again, we have investors there that are specifically there because they want to invest in real estate. They want to buy a lot of properties next year in 2023, and they want to meet investor agents that have access to deals. So there you go. Great. I mean, if you do anything for lead generation, you should be at this event. And then, like I said, take it next level and make sure that you're promoting yourself there because we'd love to see you guys get more business.
Yes, and I will add the ticket link on there, the website to go and buy your tickets and everything about the venue and how to book your hotel rooms and everything. We will include that here in the comments on the Facebook page.
Awesome. Oh, and early bird pricing, guys, ends in, you've got 6 more days.
Yes.
Oh, sorry,
Yes.
8 days.
December 14th.
December 14th.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect. Well, let's get to this. I know you've been busy building an exciting new website. So how do you feel about giving us a little tour?
Yeah. Well, let me give the backstory a little bit. So I know we've got, oh my gosh, we've like fire hosed them today. So much information.
So much information. Don't worry, we're gonna put so much links and everything in the comments.
Get ready.
Get ready.
Yeah. All right. So it's been a big dream of mine for like 10 years to develop some kind of software to make it easier to transact both as an investor and as an investor agent. And it just, the timing wasn't right. Just hadn't found the right developer, hadn't really had the time to do this. And then in January of this year, a good friend of mine who is a software developer, incredibly talented, reached out and he said, Jennifer, I just exited my business. I'm looking for my next project. Is there anything that you would like to develop software-wise for real estate investing? And his name is Sean. And I said, oh my gosh, Sean, I have so many ideas. There's so many solutions, problems that I would like to find solutions to for agents, for investors. And I would like a platform where we can connect the two. Because again, as an out-of-state investor, it's really difficult to find investor agents because there's not really any like one place to go find them, right? And a lot of the websites, they're not really designed for that. It's like you either work with buyers or sellers or senior designation or your whatever VA. There's like nothing that's like you click a button and it says you're an investor agent, right? And so I wanted a platform to connect the two, but I also felt like there were some tools missing for out-of-state investors to get a little bit more transparency on these different markets. And so our website is called Door Profit, and it's an all-in-one platform that allows both agents and investors to find their next market, to connect with each other, to analyze deals, and also to get, again, some transparency about the markets that you'd be investing in. And so we've been at it pretty much since February, just kind of getting like ideation stage and like mapping out the customer journey, both from the agent standpoint and the investor standpoint. So we are still in beta mode, but I do want to offer some URL where agents can start using it today to start finding deals in your market. So I think the best way for me to do that is to demo it and just show you guys what it looks like, if that's okay.
Yes. So we're going to share your screen. And in the meantime, if you guys have questions, feel free to put them in this chat and I will ask them to Jennifer here live.
Awesome. All right, let me hit the share screen button. All right, can you see my screen here?
All right. Here we go.
Okay, is it showing up?
Perfect. Yes.
Okay, amazing. So the first tool that I want to share with you is the Real Estate Deal Analyzer. So again, this is the front part of the website, so completely free. You guys can start using this today if you would like. And essentially all you do is type in any address for any property. So I'm going to go ahead and do a single family home in Arlington, Washington that we sold many, many, many years ago. You simply type in a property address, and then the system is going to share some metrics. So this is our custom valuation. So it says that this home would be worth $432,600. It's a single family residence, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1014 square feet. This is our proprietary rent estimate. So this is what Door Profit believes to be the market rent, right? It's also going to assign a cap rate that is based on using the market rent and this as the purchase price. And then it's also going to assign a crime score. So as agents, we know that we are limited to the information that we can provide our clients about the different locations and like neighborhoods, right? So again, we wanted to develop something that would give the transparency to our clients, to investors, without having the agent be put in that situation where they have to make comments about, neighborhoods, right? So the system does all of that for you. You can also click here and do a street view, kind of look at how the neighborhood looks. So you can do that. And then if you scroll down, again, this is the estimated market rent. So we've got that here. That's this home, this property. And then it's going to talk a little bit more about the neighborhood. So the average home price, $459,000. So we're under the average home price. So that's great. The average household income, the population growth in the last 12 months. So this is a very growing area, 1.62%. And then Arlington, Washington population. Down here, we're going to see some rent comps. So again, it's going to kind of provide some transparency on how these numbers came about. And then next, if we continue to scroll down, we've got this calculator. So there's no other website that exists until now where you can get information on a property, you can get market rent, you can get a crime map, you can get information about the neighborhood, and calculate the deal. So here, I could change even the purchase price. Let's just say we got a great deal on this one and it's $400,000, right? You can put in the renovations, appreciation, maybe we'll do 6% in this area, financing. So you can do either all cash or loan. You've got your down payment, loan fees, interest rate, loan term, all of that, right? So here, if you'd like, this is the estimated rent. Maybe if you feel like that's a little bit low, you could do, change the estimated rent there. Any other income, vacancy rate, of course. And then as far as the expenses, you have two options. One is you could do custom, which would be a line item like actual expenses for, all the operating expenses, property taxes, insurance, property management, all of that. Or if it's easier, you could just do a percentage. Mostly for single family homes, you're going to be anywhere from like 25 to 32%, right? So we'll leave it at 31%. Here we can see that unfortunately this deal would not cash flow, right? So cash on cash, cash flow would be, negative $5,500 a year. So maybe not the best deal. But again, as an investor agent, you can use some of these metrics to determine if a deal makes sense to send to your investor clients. And then you can also send your clients to this page so that they can do their own deal analysis. And then if you scroll down, here is our crime map. So this is relatively low crime. I think we got the B score there. So you can favorite, you can save and share this deal. So again, if you have clients that are looking, maybe you have an off-market deal and you want to send them to this calculator, you can do that here. and then again, talk to an agent. So anyway, so this is our Analyze Any Deal feature. You can also, if you just wanted to see a crime map, you could click on crime map, type in the address here. And then if you just wanted rents, we've spent months, I would say the majority of our time getting this rent estimator tool. It's our own proprietary tool that we've built out that's better than Zillow, Rentometer, all of those. So we've taken into account MLS data, historical data, and really just kind of put a lot of information into that. If you click over here for agents, you can learn about applying to be a referral partner. So if you click here, you can fill out the form and you can apply to become a referral partner. And you can read about the page here. So I'm going to go back. The other thing I want to show you is when you analyze a deal. So I gave an example of a single family property, but let me give you an example of an apartment complex. And I'll get through this really quick just to see if there's any, and then we can get to questions. So here, when you get to multifamily, you are going to have to tell the system what this property is, right? So there's not a whole lot of information about multifamily property, so you do have to tell the system what it is, but then it will allow you to basically fill in a unit mix information. So here, this is a 48 unit property. It's not actually all 2-1s, but for time, I just wanted to show you this here. So 3.875, 48 units, estimated rental income, cap rate. Unfortunately, the crime is actually pretty high in this area, so it got an F+. But here, or even if we did this, if we did 1, maybe we'll call it like 550. And let's say that there was 2 here. Again, there's no other website that does this. On the same deal, you can get different rents for different unit mix. So very, very, very helpful, both to the agents and to the investor. So here you can see it's saying for the 46 units at 2-1, 700 square feet, $725 per month in rent. And then for the 1-1s, $600. So again, you've got the calculator there. So that's what we've been working on. It's been such a fun project, and we're really excited for you guys to start using it and give us feedback. Let us know what you think. All right, I do see a question. Will it show STR comps as well? No. So we do not have the features built out for short-term rentals. You can get that information, of course, from Airbnb, or AirDNA is another great source for that. Our focus is on the long-term rental side. But great question. Maybe down the road, once we officially launch, we can eventually get the short-term rental side going.
I am so excited for this website. It really is just like this one-stop shop, to be able to analyze, especially with all of these multifamily deals. You and I spoke the other day. There was another group where they were basically complaining that there was not a good source to find rent rates. They were using 3 different, Rentometer and all these other sites, and they weren't giving them the rent rates, the analysis that they needed. And the crime rates, I remember going to Trulia, and looking at their heat map years ago, and then not being able to find really much on that anymore. So I'm so excited for the website to be able to be launched and have everybody go there and get all of this information.
Same. Yeah, so we are too. Yeah, so Trulia stopped publishing their crime map. I believe it was December of 2020. Yeah. And it was really frustrating, both to the agents, because as an agent, I would send my clients to the Trulia crime map. And then it went away. And so again, to your point, now having everything all in one place. I mean, as an out-of-state investor, I'm often going to 5 different websites to find out what I need about a deal and about the area. And now it's literally, I think I've been timing myself in the deal analysis. I think it takes me about 1 minute to analyze it, maybe 1 minute, 20 seconds, depending on the deal. And it's all right there. And so again, for the agents, that's huge to have better informed investors that have access to all the information then again, you don't have to be sending them to different websites to go look at stuff. And then, maybe they're busy and then they come back to it the next day and then the deal's pending. So speed is very, very, very important.
Absolutely. So looks like we have one more question too. As you have unlimited access when you attend the boot camp this year, do you get access to the added upgrades in the following boot camp?
Yes. So once you're in, it's lifetime of access to all of the content plus all of the new content that we add. And we have, I think we'll just drop some hints here for you guys. We have 6 events planned for investor agents in 2023. So you'll get access to all of that content.
Yeah, and it has a private Facebook group where you can ask questions, you can put deals up there that you've analyzed and get feedback. It's a fantastic community, really.
Yeah. I love
it. Fantastic question. I was going to ask the same.
Awesome.
Yay.
Awesome.
Oh, perfect. I'm happy to have new boot campers come in and join us. You mentioned Mike Swenson's team out there, but we have so many of our boot campers that have come on and been, some of our most active agent referral partners with our investors, with our group of investors. And it's amazing to just kind of watch them grow and flourish and do huge things.
Yes, I love it. And it really just takes one investor a deal closing to get a 10x return. So it's fantastic. Yeah, no, we love seeing the agent succeed. And then again, I think it's really important depending on where you're at. So I think sometimes we get the question of well, will it make sense for me if I'm a California investor agent? And the answer to that is yes. Though, it might be a little bit different for you. Maybe, you're working with some investors in your local market, but then maybe you have a lot of investors that are asking you about going out of state. And so to have this entire, network of agents that you can refer them to, if you've got a local California buyer that wants to be buying in Texas, right? You can then establish a referral relationship with the investor agent that's in Texas, right? And all over the place. So huge opportunity both for you to get more investors into your database and then to help and serve your investors, helping them get into other markets as well. So it's a fantastic community. I love it. It's great.
Yeah. And if you already have some experience and you're interested in becoming an agent referral partner with us, I'm going to send you a little link below to make a meeting with me and send you the website to look at that. But we would love to have any experienced agents come and apply and become a partner. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, today is December 6th, and we have a lot of investors that are trying to close before the end of the year, myself included. Wow. So if you guys
have much time.
I know. So last year, this month is the last year for 100% bonus depreciation. So it goes to 80% starting in January. And so we have, again, it's a high urgency for investors to close this year. So I would love to see you guys have the best year ever by closing a bunch of deals this month before the end of the year. And then again, it's just going to be, onward from there in 2023.
Absolutely. So when do you think that this Door Profit website is going to be launched officially?
That's the $1 million question. We are very, very, very close. And we're at about 80% on some other features that I haven't even showed you guys today. And it's going to blow you out of the water. It's going to take, I would say, hours of time. So for any of the investor agents, you probably feel me on this. So when I was working with a lot of clients, the first 2 hours of my day, I was scouring the MLS, scouring Craigslist, doing cold calls, trying to find deals. And so we have this feature that, again, is almost done, that pretty much can scrub and find the deals for you guys. And then all you have to do is just verify, if the rent's accurate, maybe make a little change there or leave it be, click a button, and it sends it to your entire investor list. So it's going to be huge.
How easy is that? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I am so excited. Yeah, we've been beta testing it in Tennessee and Missouri, so 2 states. And I have actually personally written offers on multiple deals that were found on our websites with the agents that we're working with there. So it's really exciting to see it all just come full circle, again, both for the investor and for the agent.
So with the beta users, when they go on there, are those the 2 markets that they are able to see today at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when we launch, of course, it's going to be open to many, many other markets.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So, fingers crossed. We're hoping for January, and I think we'll get there. So we're just kind of putting the final touches. Development takes so much longer than you would think, but it's we're building a really exciting project. So I think it'll be great.
Yeah. And we will keep all of you guys on our Facebook page, of course, posted. You get to know firsthand exactly when we're going to launch and everything. So amazing. Well, thank you for the tour, Jennifer, and thank you for telling us all about the company and yourself. It was a pleasure to have you. Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
Again, I'll put all the links in the comments in just a moment, so you can find how to go to Door Profit and become an agent referral partner in the bootcamp and everything.
And then hopefully we'll see many of you guys in February at the event. Yes. Yeah, and again, it'd be so fun. How fun would it be, Mariah, to have all these agents there that were wearing the T-shirts that were like, "Ask me about Houston, ask me about Minnesota." So I think
go make your T-shirt. Go and join us in sunny Tempe. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.
All right. Talk soon.